When you call 911, there is a reason why, and seconds count.
But in Portsmouth, a lot of people say that they called for an emergency and the phone rang and rang and rang. Then your side's Andy Fox says even the city manager admitted there are critical problems with 911.
The 911 call rings unanswered for 10 seconds. The national standard is for this call to be answered 90% of the time before 10 seconds. But statistics show Portsmouth 911 fails to do that during all hours of the day.
I saw a young man and a young woman fighting in the street. He was very angry. He was screaming in her face. He headbutted her. He threw her on the ground.
Last September, Tracy Lovelace saw that attack taking place at this Portsmouth intersection.
I called 911 a total of 3 times. I let the phone ring at least a minute the first time, at least a minute and a half the second time. And the third time I figured there was something wrong, so I didn't let it ring that long.
Stunned by this 911 failure, Lovelace emails this complaint to City Council.
That was a defining moment.
Councilman Bill Moody calls Tracy's 911 complaint the straw that broke the camel's back.
The citizens' experience said, okay, enough's enough.
City Manager Lydia Pettis-Patton emailed Tracy's complaint to the police chief. There are critical problems with our 911 operation, which is at a crisis pitch. The city is at great risk.
My concern, first of all, we let those citizens down.
It's just a matter of answering the phone.
Answering the phone, yes. Unacceptable.
What if I only had one opportunity to call?
In April, this Portsmouth house caught fire. Katrina Perry called 911.
I let it ring several times, I hung up, called back, let it ring several times, I hung up, called back, let it ring several times, hung up, and then on my 4th attempt, someone answered.
And it's not only those two. 10 on Your Side obtained these 2018 answer times for Portsmouth 911. The call should be answered within 10 seconds, 90% of the time. But look, most times the percent for doing that is in the 60s. And the statistics show thousands of calls over the year aren't answered within 40 seconds.
My confidence is shaken. Basically, I don't trust it. This is why I came to you all, because I need answers. And Portsmouth needs answers.
At this April Council work session, Patton explaining the 911 failures.
The delay is due to the carrier's legacy equipment, which is at the end of its life cycle.
Dr. Patton, who refused our request for an interview, is now proposing implementing top technology enhanced 911. Dr. Patton's 911 plan also includes make it easier to get dispatcher jobs, which includes fast-track training. 7 new recruits already hired, bringing staff to 22. By the end of May, create a non-emergency 311 call center, which most cities already have.
Sure, we should have had it. With that said, we're getting it.
But Lovelace, who heard the city manager's presentation.
It was really disappointing to hear what she said, because she basically said what she told me in October. It didn't appear that anything had changed, except that they had added an additional 7 people to staff.
I feel the same frustration that the citizen felt.
Ironically, it's not only citizens complaining. 2 years ago, Councilman Moody tried getting in touch with 911 while following a drunk driver.
I called 911 and phone rang, rang, and rang. By the time I finally got someone, the car had turned off.
Now, we wanted to give you even more information on Portsmouth 911 critical condition, but the city failed to produce in a timely manner requested records of 911 complaints under the Freedom of Information Act. We are on it, and we will keep you updated on Portsmouth's 911's critical condition. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on Your Side.